video game. I've been playing 2K since I was a kid, so now like getting my face scanned and not having to worry about making a player, actually being in the game, I can't even describe it. Like, it doesn't feel real.
Oh, the first thing I do when I turn on 2K23, I'm going to roster, going to my player, I'm going to edit, and he will have 99 everything and every badge.
You know, when you get into the NBA, you get an NBA logo above your player. So when you hop into the park now, you're gonna be stalked by a lot of other people in the 2K community. How's that gonna feel?
That's what I just asked about, actually, getting the logo, because
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a shot from a little earlier as the Hornets get off the team bus looking very focused. They want to leave town with something to show for their efforts. The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas is our setting tonight as seen from above. Welcome everybody to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, Kevin, we know the game's changing, and Steve Kerr says, I'm amazed by the skill level of today's players. But the little things, getting back in transition, boxing out, they aren't as locked in. Most of them didn't have a high school and college coach yelling at them for 8 straight years. So, it's a different world. Guys?
Good perspective from Steve Kerr. DA, thank you. And a quick look at some of the numbers for Luka Doncic.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Ball is the point with Bouknight on the wing. Brandon Clark is out there with Oubre, and Harrell's in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Mavericks, they've got Porzingis. He's out there with David Nwaba. Luka Doncic out there with Andre Drummond, and it's Ivy in at the shooting guard. Here we go. Tip-off goes to Charlotte. Ball feeling it out a bit. Tipped away. Doncic with the steal. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Tries from 7. Here's Ivy. Makes it off the glass. Ivy's got the first points on the scoreboard for the Mavs.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
Ball with it. Porzingis with the rebound. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. And Andre Drummond, the bucket on the assist by Porzingis.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
Now here's Bouknight. Kicks it to Clark. The pass to Ball. A floater. The Mavericks pull it in. This time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
Yeah, some of their starters had to take an early seat on the bench, and that ruined the rhythm and flow they were trying to establish.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Nwaba finds Doncic. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Harrell. Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
And a little bit of showmanship from Ball on that slam, displaying some athletic ability.
Here's Doncic, and Ball with the block. Now here's Bouknight. 11 points for him in that last game against Orlando. Ball kicks to Oubre. Clock at 6. Fires at the elbow.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile one block.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Doncic. Here's Drummond. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it. If you look at the leaders in rebounding, it's almost a sure thing that Drummond's name is going to be near the top of that list. That's the kind of impact on the boards he's made over his career.
And here are the Mavericks now. After the basket by Charlotte. That's to Doncic. Drummond dishes to Doncic. Drummond passes to Ivy. From deep three-point range, Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. And Drummond is right there. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Oubre outside. Back to Ball. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And Greg, when it comes to players who've led the league in rebounding, very few have done it as many times as Drummond.
And of the guys that have done it more than twice, like Andre, I've got some good news for him. Every one of them is either in the Hall of Fame or soon will be.
Now Nwaba. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Dallas moving it around. And they'll get another chance. And Drummond is right there.
And how about the force used by Drummond on that one, wrapping the play up with a big putback slam.
Fast break Dallas. Here's Ivy, and it's blocked. Bouknight passes to Oubre. Connects from three-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. They trail by 1. And there's the drive. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
This guy moves so well with the ball in his hands, and Doncic knows how to initiate contact and get himself to the line when he puts it on the deck.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Doncic.
And Kevin, everybody's dissected Luka's offensive game, trying to find that weakness, and I'm just here to tell you, I don't think he has any.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Brown's checked in. All free throws good from Doncic. And the play of Doncic drawing comparisons to so many all-time greats. But, Greg, the one that stood out to me, they said he's a combination of Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. What do you think?
And it just makes sense. With his passing and shooting, you throw in the step-back game of James Harden, you start to see why he has become such a problem for this league.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Ball.
Dennis Schroeder.
Here's Bouknight. He's guarded closely. Can't cash in from close range. The Mavericks leading. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Passes it to Nwaba. Here's Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Bouknight. Bouknight with the rebound. trying to get open. And Bouknight slams it in.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
Waba passes to Ivey. Shoots over Bouknight. Offensive rebound. And it's Brown missing. The Hornets have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Low block shot on the way. The shot is good off the backboard.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
And here's Nwaba. No points in the game yet for him. Porzingis is double. From deep. Here's Brown. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
Into the lane, and Bouknight slams it in.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Here's Ivey. He had 10 points in the win against Utah.
And his court vision was extraordinary, too. Let's not forget that. He was flawless passing the ball.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Here's Schroeder. 9-point game his last outing. Here's Bouknight. Here's Clark. And it's blocked by Brown. They get it back. Down low. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 7 points. And an important part of every team's game. We'll look at the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
They've shown some real tenacity on the boards, and it's turned into a lot of second chance points.
And the Hornets call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And so it's Charlotte with it. Clock at 2. Can't hit that one. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And it just seemed to me they wanted it more. I mean, you look at the second chance buckets, didn't play a whole lot of up and back. I mean, they stayed with each shot, grabbing the rebound, converting when they could.
Now here's Schroeder. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the shot's good from Boucher.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Martin. Dallas moving the ball around and finished off by Martin.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
Now here's Schroeder. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Pass to Rozier. There's the triple. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
3 points.
And over the course of his career, Rozier has really improved his three-point numbers. That offseason work on the jumper has paid off big time.
Brown against Schroeder. Brown dishes to Martin. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game. No question he got bumped on that shot.
Second team foul.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Hornets.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
Yeah, we've seen them burying their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. A good first half for them in that department.
The first one falls. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 2. Burke, the pass to Hardaway. He kicks to Martin. Burke looking over the floor. And Nwaba has it in the corner. Off target from outside.
2 minutes remaining.
Charlotte has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Schroeder, right side. From past the arc. They get it back. And it's blocked by Brown. They recover it. And the dunk by Boucher. Mavericks trail by 4. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Here's Burke. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Martin tried to free himself up, and it's Brown on the foul.
Well, hard blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
Now, here's Rozier. Burke covering. Here's Schroeder. That shot misses. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Now, here's Burke. He's guarded closely. Boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Terry Rozier.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Trey Burke. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Burke. Andre Drummond's checked in for David Nwaba. Harrell, he's checked in for the Hornets. LaMelo Ball comes in for Dennis Schroeder. That one is no good. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Drummond working against Rozier. On the wing, Rozier. A three-pointer is right on target. Rozier's got 6.
And this is why Rozier's out there. He knows he has the trust of his teammates to take that shot.
It's tipped and stolen by Harrell. Outside, Ball. Over Hardaway. There's Harrell. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that does it for the first quarter. Hornets on top, up 4. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we've been watching from the Hornets.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Mavericks trail by 4. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Hornets, the guard spots are filled by Ball and Rozier. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Chris Boucher. Shot clock at 6. Knocked away. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Charlotte ball.
Harrell finds Boucher. Ball with it. Burke covering. Outside ball. Over Drummond. No good off the back of the rim.
Boy, a little indecisive. I think he wanted to kick it out, changed his mind, and ended up missing.
And with LaMelo Ball, this team struck gold. Exactly what the Hornets needed. Great production and a face of the franchise type of talent.
Boucher passes the ball. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. The pass to Harrell. Over Martin. And Harrell, the bucket on the assist by Ball. Harrell's got the lead up to 6 now for Charlotte. You know, Greg, thinking about LaMelo and this team, he's got the fans here in Charlotte excited.
And Kevin, let's be honest here for a moment. The Hornets haven't had a lot of luck in the draft. Finally, they knocked one out of the park, and the fans are ecstatic.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup, nicely done.
Charlotte calls timeout. A different look for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Moses Brown. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Trey Burke. Ball with it, and it's Martin picking him up. Ball no good.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Stolen by Ball. He feeds it to Harrell. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Doncic. That one good for 2. Doncic has got his 3rd basket of the night.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Now, here's Ball. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Orlando.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the stripe a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
Now, here's Doncic, following the miss by Montrezl Harrell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his first personal
and
foul.
Every year we see, Greg, some incredible comebacks. What distinguishes, in your mind, those with the resilience to battle back?
I think it starts with a belief and desire. And the great ones truly hate to lose.
Shoot 2.
No good on that one.
Well, Luka Doncic, from the moment he stepped between the lines in the NBA, has flashed incredible potential and skill.
Dallas making a switch here. Ivy's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Here's Rozier. 6 points for him. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Bouknight passes to Harrell. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Guys, how about that body control from Porzingis? You think it's easy at 7'3" to gut your way through that kind of contact? That's nice.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
At the line for Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis. Shooting 1.
One shot.
That one drops. He ties it up.
I mean, the potential of Kristaps Porzingis to me could be terrifying as an opponent. This guy is an incredible big man with the ability to dominate both ends. I cannot wait to see what's next.
Now, here's Clark. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Ivy. Rozier defending. It's Hardaway with the drive. And it's Hardaway slamming it down.
How about that burst of speed? Tim Hardaway Jr. Whoa!
Now, here's Rozier. Tight defense on him. Here's Ivy. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. It's Clark with the rebound. The Hornets have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Here's Bouknight. And Bouknight slams it in.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Oubre with it. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. 4 on the clock. Porzingis with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Ivy. Back to Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. Porzingis is doubled. The 3 for Doncic. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. And it's Porzingis laying it in. Porzingis has got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, there's reach, there's size, there's wingspan, and there's a knack for understanding where it's coming off. This is a very difficult thing to keep Porzingis off the window.
Bouknight. Mavericks with the rebound. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. And Doncic, here we go. And Hardaway gets it to go.
How about the timing from Hardaway Jr. looking very comfortable taking shots after catching the pass.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the Hornets call time here.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Bubba's checked in. Dallas on defense. Rozier the pass to Schroeder. And nothing is falling for him right now. Here's Ivy. Rozier defending. Pass to Doncic. Five on the clock. Shoots. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And now it's an 8-point Dallas lead.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Up there for Clark.
You know, I really like this. Instead of putting his head down, Terry Rozier keeping his eyes up and finding his open teammate.
Here's Ivy. Here's Doncic. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
Rounds checked in for Martin.
1 shot.
That free throw good from Doncic. Hornets trail by 9. Schroeder dishes to Clark. Kicks to Oubre. No good from outside.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope. His only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And that one's good. Doncic.
Luka Doncic is in distinguished company because his game is so far advanced for his age.
Pass to Rozier. That one drops for him. Rozier's got 10.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
He's feeling it. It's Clark with the rebound. Clark's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Shooter kicks to Rozier. The pass to Oubre. His 3-pointers off the mark. Here's Dallas. They're on a 17-6 run. Here's Ivy. Pass to Porzingis. Now here's Nwaba. Doncic looking it over. Goes up from the top of the key. Offensive rebound Mavericks. Passes it to Ivy. Pass to Nwaba. 3-pointer on the way. The Hornets pull it in. Clark's got 5 rebounds tonight. Schroeder. And it's blocked by Brown. And they'll keep possession. Schroeder against Brown. Oubre outside. And finished off by Oubre.
Well, how about the length and athletic ability of Kelly Oubre Jr.? Go ahead in there.
And the pass to Ivy. Schroeder against Doncic. Driving the lane to the wing right side. And it's Nwaba missing.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Good. And now just a 5-point Maverick lead.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And the Mavericks call time here.
Things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, night in and night out, sometimes it's a battle of runs. Who has the most?
A different look for Dallas. Drummond comes in for Porzingis. And it's Burke in for Luka Doncic. Pass to Ivy.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
To stop the drought. Back to Burke. Takes the 3. He can't get that one to fall. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. 1:43 left in the first half of the game. Burke covering. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And there's one aspect of the game LaMelo's not going to ignore. Keeping his teammates involved and the offense working as a unit.
Now here's Burke. Over ball. And that one's good. Burke. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
Challenging the bigger defender, cutting him down to size with that one.
It is not an easy task trying to convert against length. Give him credit for taking on that challenge.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Shoots from 12. Excellent D there from Ball. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Hornets. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stint. Passes to Ivy. Now here's Burke. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Hardaway's checked in for Dallas. The Hornets on offense. They're on a 12-4 run right now. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Now Ball. One of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. And then Ball
and that is a punch to the jaw. This game, as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game.
Ooh, I don't think he planned it too far in advance. That was one of those things, Greg, that just happens. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. Right back after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. And from what we saw so far from the Mavericks, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain you extra possession. And check this out. Sometimes just having more offensive chances than your opponent wins the basketball.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
I like how they're working the ball down low and finding easy looks. They may be tempted to switch things up in the second half, but I say stick with it, force the other team to adjust to the way you play.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You've got David Nwaba. Porzingis is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Ivy in at the 2-guard spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Nice shot by Porzingis.
Well, he has such a great feel for what the defense is conceding. And Kristaps Porzingis makes a nice play on the inside.
Now here's Oubre. Pass to Bouknight. Ball against Doncic. Poked away. Oubre inside the three-point line. And the wing jumper offline. Doncic passes to Nwaba. Harrell against Doncic. Over Harrell. Doncic, no good. Hornets trail by 3. Oubre outside. Over Nwaba. Oubre can't get it to go.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Doncic passes to Drummond. There's the pass to Nwaba. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his second.
It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And that one misses. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Oubre outside. With some arc. Dishes it to Harrell. Pass to Bouknight. Here he goes. Count that one. Bouknight's got 10 points in the game.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense
nowhere to be found.
Here's Ivy. Count it. Good.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
Hornets trail by 3. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Ball with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Ball with the bucket. He's got 8. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. To the middle. Here's Drummond. The shot misses. Great D that time from Harrell. The Hornets have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half.
Indoors, you can feel Andre Drummond's presence all over the floor, but it's really on the glass where he is truly at his most dominant.
He is nearly unmatched in terms of his rebounding ability. This guy is a multi-time league leader in that stat. He works so hard to secure possessions for his team.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Here's Bouknight. He kicks it to Clark. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Oubre. Harrell trying to free himself up. Oubre can't get it to go.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
And David Mwaba picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Martin's checked in for Dallas. Charlotte calls timeout.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Hey fans, who wants a free t-shirt? Make some noise!
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Oubre bounce pass. Charlotte moving the ball around. Back to ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. Mavericks with the rebound. Doncic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Martin with the bucket. Martin's got his 2nd bucket tonight. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
Now here's Harrell. Clark trying to get open. Harrell, that's good. Harrell's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Montrezl Harrell relishes the opportunity to mix it up on the interior. Nice finish.
Doncic against Harrell. Here's Ivy driving to the basket.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And here is Bouknight. He's got 10. They get the rebound. Clark the pass to Harrell. Comes up empty down low. And so it's Drummond with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They've led by as many as 11 points. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Just leave it at the rim and let the big man do the rest. KP with the nice finish.
Now here's Bouknight. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Here's Doncic. Following the basket by LaMelo Ball. Here's Ivy. 8 points for him. It's good.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Harrell, that's good.
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 20. Ivy passes to Porzingis. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
There's Ball with the 3. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
And Ball continues to show he can drain threes. The defense must adjust or he is going to keep doing damage.
And the Mavericks call time here. checked in for Dallas. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Doncic. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Passes it to Ivy. And Boucher sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch, and that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
Trey Burke's checked in for Martin. Six to shoot. Here's Burke. Brown trying to free himself up. Burke can't get it to go. Charlotte has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And stolen by Ivy. Fast break, Dallas. He's off on that one. Excellent D there from Ball. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Hardaway dishes to Brown. A beautiful reverse layup. Brown's got 6.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
To the paint. Here's Rozier. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
This guy's such a fluid, powerful athlete. No doubt, Mr. Rozier.
Here's Ivy. He's covered by Ball. To the inside. Pass to Burke. 6 on the shot clock. Porzingis trying to get free. Inside. Outside, Ball. Boucher finds Ball. For the lead. Boucher up top. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Mavericks have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. Here's Ivy. He's covered by Ball. Ivy passes to Brown. Ivy dishes to Burke. Hardaway for 3. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Well, this is a quick and decisive offensive player who's not afraid of contact. Love Tim Hardaway Jr. accepting the contact.
And he's good on the first of 3.
And on a tear shooting the ball in these recent seasons, Tim Hardaway Jr. has really locked in from long range.
Well, you think about it, for so long, this guy was more of a volume scorer. He's been feasting now on the open looks, and that has really helped his percentages.
Mavericks making a switch here. Waba's checked in, and he sinks the second.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr. to me is a terrific all-around player, right? He can score it, he can pass it, he'll rebound the position. There's a lot to like about his game.
And he nails the third. Hornets trail by 3. On the wing, Rozier. Guarded by Hardaway.
Boy, bodying up there, making sure to get position. That's really nice rebounding technique.
Kicks to Burke. Shoots the 3. Traps in the tray. Burke's got 6 points.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Here's Rozier. Rebounded by Hardaway. Mavericks leading by 6. Nwaba with it. Brown outside. Now here's Hardaway. Here's Burke. Here's Brown. And Boucher sends it back. Schroeder outside to the middle. Nwaba defending.
2 minutes remaining.
Plays it up and banks it in.
2 minutes.
6 points for him.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Schroeder. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. To the right side. 1:32 left to play in the third. Now the pass to Rozier.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Pass to Hardaway. Doesn't go for him. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Boucher kicks to Rozier. Poke loose. It's stolen by Brown. And Rozier pulls it down. So Rozier will bring it up for Charlotte. 4-point game. Nwaba with the rebound. To the paint. Brown dishes to Burke. Straight D that time from Dennis Schroeder.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Hornets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. A different look for Dallas. Martin's checked in for Porzingis. And Doncic is subbed in for Trey Burke. And so Boucher nails both of them. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Hardaway passes to Brown. Here's Doncic. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Doncic has got 22.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And no good. And we've reached the end of the third. Mavericks lead by 4. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The 4th quarter is coming up next. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for Charlotte. Nwaba defending. On the wing, Rozier. Shot clock at 6. With the drive. That's no good. That miss makes him 5 for 11 from the field. Pass to Nwaba. Back to Martin. Launches it. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Rozier's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's Harrell. The kick out to Rozier. And it's blocked by Brown. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Nwaba with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. Doncic passes to Brown. Hardaway against Rozier. Bounce pass from Nwaba. Here's Hardaway. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Dallas making a switch here. Drummond's checked in. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, during the last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to the head coach of the Mavericks talk with his team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Kevin, we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
All right, David, thanks. Now, here is Martin. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Here's Harrell. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 4 assists in the game.
Boy, we think of Dennis Schroeder as a natural-born scorer, but there he does a great job passing the basketball.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. So Doncic will go to the free throw line. It's on Dennis Schroeder. And the Mavericks making a change here. Ivy's checked in.
First team foul. Now at the line for your Mavericks, Luka Doncic. At the line for 1.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Clark, and Clark slams it in.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
And Dennis Schroeder hits the whistle that time.
That's his second.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Here's Ivy. Brown outside. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Now here's Schroeder. Oubre can't get it to go. To the inside. Drummond with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. Ivy passes to Doncic. Clock at 4. This one for 3. Dallas again missing.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
Schroeder kicks to Clark. Pass to Bouknight. To take the lead. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Andre Drummond picks one up. And what makes Bouknight so difficult to guard? His ability to hit jumpers off the bounce.
He's got a great handle and the quickness to create separation. I know it's unpopular with the analytics crowd, but his pull-up from mid-range is money.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. LaMelo Ball, he's checked in for the Hornets. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
And there's the pass to Ivy. The Hornets pull it in. Clark outside. Here's Bouknight. No good on that one. Some solid defense from Brown. Doncic outside. Over Harrell. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 1. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Now here's Bouknight. The shot, no good. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Hornets have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. And Bouknight slams it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. That's a floater go, and Doncic finishes inside. Doncic has got 5 points in the quarter. And here is Bouknight. Down low. Harrell, that's good.
Man, that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Here's Martin after the basket by Montrezl Harrell. Outside, ball. 8 feet away. Here's Harrell. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Harrell's got 10 points here in the second half.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
Here's Doncic. And it goes down 2 points.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
Pass to Bouknight. He dishes it to Clark. He kicks it to Ball. Shot clock at 5. From deep. Bouknight, no good.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
To the left wing. Oubre passes to Bouknight. And here is Harrell. Over Ivy. Here's Clark. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. And the Hornets lead by 3. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Doncic. Makes good on the step-back jumper. Doncic has got 9 points now in the quarter.
What excellent feel for the game. Luka Doncic might be young, but he can beat and understand any defensive scheme.
Now here's Bouknight. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. A different look for Dallas. Porzingis comes in for Brown. And David Nwaba subbed in for Martin. Here's Doncic. Passes to Porzingis. And that's going to be a travel.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And Clark has got the ball here for the Hornets. They lead by 1. Here's Bouknight. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Dallas has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And finds Doncic. There's the steal. Clark with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Doncic against Ball. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Porzingis.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Taken third overall in 2020, LaMelo Ball is a unique player. Like his brother Lonzo, very tall at the point at 6'6", and he'd much rather pass it than shoot it.
Now, here's Doncic. Shoots over Ball. Dallas again missing. Hornets leading by 6. Going inside. The shot's good. Ball's got 14 points now in the second half.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
A pass to Porzingis. And Drummond throws it down.
Aggressive defense. The battle with Drummond inside is a collision waiting to happen.
Here's Bouknight. Outside, Ball. Oubre outside. Looking to get back on track here, and it's good on the layup. Oubre's got the lead up to 8 now for the Hornets.
Yeah, this is one thing about Kelly Oubre. I know he's thin, but there's a wiry strength to him. He's able to take the hit and complete it.
Stolen by Ball. In the corner, it's Oubre. Buries the long-range jumper. Oubre's got 5 points in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Now here's Bouknight.
2 minutes.
And what a play! Just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. Doncic outside. The tray. Ball with the rebound. Ball's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Bouknight. That one misses. And it's Dallas the other way. Inside. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. Doncic passes to Drummond. 5 to shoot. Here's Ivy. And they recover.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Now here's Bouknight. There's 57 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Clark right side. The second chance effort. It doesn't go for him. Nice D from Porzingis. Here's Mwaba, and he slams it down right on top of Brandon Clark.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Now, here's Oubre. To the paint, here's Clark. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his 4th personal foul.
Easy to appreciate the physicality that Clark plays with. This is what earns him those calls.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Gets the first, and that stretches their lead to 8.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
So he gets them both, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
Well, you love a guy who gets himself to the line, takes his time, and makes the free throws. Complete professional.
And the three ball is good. Doncic has got 34.
Doncic relishes the opportunity to deliver in big moments, and my goodness, embrace the spotlight, young man.
That's his first personal foul. 4th team foul. At the line for the Hornets.
Shooting 2.
Number 21. At the line for 2.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 8. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I think he might just want to remind these guys, hey, let's finish the game the right way.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, LaMelo Ball.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight.
Shooting for Charlotte, Ricky Rubio. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
Now, this is one of the most talked about international players ever, and I think Rubio just needs to stay healthy and keep working on that shot.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. 16 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
They need a quick basket here.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
Substitution for the away team. Kelly Oubre Jr.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
It doesn't seem to matter where Luka Doncic is on the floor. His shooting ability is impressive.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
At the line for the Hornets, LaMelo Ball. Taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
Back to Doncic. Off the mark.
And LaMelo puts a lot into his defense. He's going to be in your face all game long, challenging every shot.
So it's the Hornets picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.